I hear this. Taurus, 16 degrees. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Understand. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Let's get it on. This, of course, is the fourth point of 7 points based on balance as a realization principle of Pluto moving through Aquarius between the 3rd and 4th degree. The first of these is the scope of Aquarius 4 degrees, which is healing yourself of imbalances. The second point is a means of expansion, which is Cancer 8 degrees, finding a guide. And the third point, which is a preferred path, Sagittarius 12 degrees, announcing our willingness to evolve. So this leads to its principal challenge, which is Taurus 16 degrees. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. What is perpetual? It increases as it moves. It picks up energy, it picks up force, it picks up density as it moves. Understand, it is kinetic in its attributes, moving with force. So until we have the attitude of moving with force concerning knowledge, this obviously will not apply. So the degree that precedes this, Sagittarius 12 degrees, announcing our willingness to evolve, this is what arrives us at this particular expression of Taurus 16 degrees. Getting perpetual about the attempts that we have at getting deeper. Getting perpetual about that. So, what has us to get perpetual? The efforts. The efforts. One detail leads to another. One realization leads to another. One discovery expands another position of thought, ideals, perception, conclusions. The awareness is continuously expanding based upon findings that you probably didn't even anticipate. You intended to discover one thing, and you came to realize many things. That's the beauty of it. If we would only make the effort and get perpetual about this. Now, attempts. Perpetual attempts. It's a practice. It's all practice. We practice what we commit to. It's a practice, being that it's part of being a discipline that arises at the character of the master. It's a practice, a continuous effort. So, acknowledging the word attempts, for example, perpetual attempts, I'm humble enough to know that there's a strong possibility and greater probability that I might not get it right the first time. I might not get it right the second time. I may not get it right for a long time. But if I'm consistent, I'm generating perpetual opportunity and benefit. Perpetuality is on my side, increasing in force, increasing in density, increasing in drive, and all of that is behind me as I go. I'm too deep in. I'm too long vested. I'm too far invested into what I'm doing. How can I turn around now? How can I give up now? I've been exposed to too much. I learned too much. I see and realize too much now. Imagine that. Will you just throw it all away? Because you failed to reach what was expected because the first few attempts were not successful. It didn't bring you to a satisfactory outcome. So what do? Do you throw away all of this experience? Of course not. The value is not in arriving. The value is in the route to arrival. It's in what you learn and experience on the way to said destiny or destination. That's where the value is at, in the journey itself, the drama in the journey. From point A to point B, there is drama. And that's where all the good stuff is at. That's where all the nutrients is at. The fat, the minerals, the vitamins. Understand? That's where it's at. The protein, the carbs. Get healthy. It's not about arriving at a particular ideal. What are you learning in between destinations? This is what we have to learn to focus and value, appreciate, cherish. What does it take for us to do so? What a question. What a wonderful question. Well, what goes with that is learning how to be present. Being present. If we can learn how to be present, we can appreciate and cherish what we're learning along the way, what we're experiencing along the way. Cherishing every experience and opportunity, every instance, taking value in every moment en route to destiny, en route to the outcome. When we arrive with many jewels that we've taken account of, that we were smart enough, wise enough to dust it off and put it in our bag and take it with us. But when we're not present, we leave many jewels behind. We fail to collect as we go. And when we get where we're going, we're empty. And now it's a gamble. Will you keep it? Will you preserve it? Will you withstand the weather when you get there? Will you find yourself qualified, capable, confident? Maybe not, because you left all your jewels behind. You didn't collect them because you simply were not present where you were. Dissatisfied. Always dissatisfied. Instead of in the spirit of gratitude in the present moment where you're at, where all the jewels is at, where the fat is at. Understand? Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Deepen and express knowledge. It's deeper than the surface. It's deeper than the surface. And it's no coincidence that mentioned here is the expression of knowledge, not the expression of wisdom or understanding, the expression of knowledge. Why? Because we are at this perspective of the student, not the master, at this point of evolution. We are being called to pair ourselves, match ourselves with masters. Masters who already have mastered that destiny, the image and characteristics, the image and character, the personality of the destiny that you see you're being called to. It starts with us imitating that person in humility. Understand? Expressing knowledge, expressing what you know, expressing what you learn. What does that look like? Exemplification. Exemplification. Do you know better? Okay, why not do better? Do you know this to be incorrect? But why betray your own knowledge? Do you know this to be the correct way and that to be the incorrect way? Which way will you choose? Will you insist on doing what you know is incorrect? Understand? Or will you rise to the challenge of aligning yourself with what you know to be right and exact? This is where hypocrisy calls us. Hypocrisy becomes a temptation. Hypocrisy. What would be hypocritical? concerning what we know. Knowledge has to be put to the test. You know something. Okay, demonstrate. You've seen someone do such and such. That's part of knowledge too. Well, now it's time for you to demonstrate. Why do they do it like that? When you imitate, you're about to find out why they do it like that. Because when you do it, you're going to get a certain reaction. You're going to get a certain consequence, an outcome, a result. And that is what will do most of the explaining of why they did it a particular way. The book does not always match the demonstration. The textbook is not consistent with the master's ways. Understand that. Taurus 16. This Sabian symbol, an old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. An old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. What is it about the old man who's attempting to reveal the mysteries vainly? Stuck in outdated ways. Outdated perception. Outdated context. Outdated knowledge. Failing to grow and adjust to innovate your consciousness to stay consistent with the current times. This is one of the reasons why in astrology I always look to current events to get the right perspective in the right context of what the energy means. You could go down to the feminists, you could go down to the gay rainbow people, and you could get all the positive vibes talk that you want. All the universal love talk that you want. But what you're going to find lacking is the courage to lift their head up out of the ground and look at reality and face it and say, oh, this is what the stars are expressing. This is what the planets are saying. You have to compare it to the current times. You also have to compare it to the trends of history to get accuracy in casting meaning in astrology. Not your own lusts, not your own desires, not your own fears, projecting insecurities, your own sick mind. You have to stay the fuck out of your own sick mind. What's happening in real time? That's what helps you to inform intuitively what the proper context is to give to the expression of the sun, moon, and stars. You also have those out here who wear fancy hats, dashikis, hats with stars and the moon and a crescent on it, all kinds of things. But what they're giving is outdated. Anunnaki, we was kings, black people's superiority. We was this and we was that, and black people neither this and black people neither that. All this hype talk. Prosperity preaching. Get to the bag talk. Diving into mystery after mystery after mystery, becoming experts in conspiracy theories, but never arriving at sustenance that allows people to make transformation and change, revolution within themselves or their relationships, those closest to them. They fail to meet the order and demand. They are entertainers. What does our current affairs suggest the meaning of what we are passing through could be? Do you have the courage to be honest enough to say it means thus? Look around you. The meaning is right there, but you're stuck in your old stubborn ways of what you're used to. What you heard a cat say, what you were told, what you thought might have worked for you, but who knows? Old traditional religious limitations, concepts that do not live through the reality of the current hour, the current day. That wisdom has to evolve with it. Where are we going without fitting the context? Again, this is energy of innovation. Every point that I'm naming here of these 7 points, which this is the 4th of the 7 points, it all describes innovation, which is consistent with Aquarius in and of itself and Uranus. Understand? Let's keep mindful of that. Old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. Taurus 16, revelation. Revelation. Only when old ways have clearly failed, can new knowledge be discovered and presented. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Only when old ways have clearly failed, can new knowledge be discovered and presented. Old ways have to fail in order to get our faith to detach from it. We can only remove our faith from something after we have seen that it fails over and over again. Otherwise, what are we manifesting? Isn't that called insanity? Insanity. Same thing over and over again, getting the same results. Yeah, look in your community. Where do you see that happening at? You're doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. Yes, that is insanity. You don't want to change. It's all you know. Wash, rinse, repeat. Autopilot. Only when old ways have clearly failed. Feminism has failed us. Liberalism has failed us. The Lyndon B. Johnson welfare state, it has utterly failed us. Women going off on their own, it has failed us. The single women revolution, it has failed the children. It has failed society. It has failed the generations. The woman power movement has failed the generations. It has failed the world. High heels on top of every skyscraper. It has failed the world. It has failed us. Idolizing and worshiping women. It has failed us. Worshiping the tears and claims and cries of women. It has failed us. Where has it gotten us? Because wish is fulfilled. Everything that women cried for, protested for, they have gotten it, and they have gotten it in abundance. But what has it done? Wish is fulfilled. And in the fulfillment of the wish, what did they do with it? They destroyed themselves, the children, and the society. They set America on fire. We don't even recognize this country anymore behind it. Utter destruction. It has failed us. Running behind women on knees, begging, pleading, crying, chasing, worshiping as we go. It has failed us. Get up off your knees. Get dignified. Respect yourself. Pick your head up. Square up your shoulders. What did you learn? What did you learn? Giving the world and all of its resources, giving the world and all of the courts, the outcome of the courts, the judgment of the courts, the jury of the courts, the rulings in the courts, everything in favor of the woman without even batting an eye. Where has that gotten us? What has it done to the families? Sexual revolutions. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Stick out your tongue. Ah! Like, what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion. Where has that gotten us? The ratchet revolution. Where has the ratchet revolution gotten us? Where has the ratchet revolution gotten us? What's the outcome? What is the result? What's the result of condoning and enabling, incentivizing divorces? Where has that gotten us? With divorce rates filed by women, 70% rate in America. Where has that gotten us? Where has subjecting the country to liberalism, where has it gotten us? We can't keep trying the same. We cannot keep expecting different results from the same context of attempts. It's time to change the way that we're doing things. We have already tried it. We have already tested it. We've already went full course with it. Wish fulfilled. The American woman has a wish fulfilled. The world came 100% under her power. She has ruled the world. The black woman has ruled the family in the black community since the crack epidemic. She has been in total control of the families. She has been the queen of the family. The first and last answer is from her tongue. She gives the orders and directions. She raises the children. So the result of the type of children that we are getting from that, it comes from her. It's not from the fathers, it's from the mothers. The type of children that we have today is from the mothers. The bloodthirsty, violent, emotionally radical, terrorist, African-American sons with poo shiesty masks on everywhere they go. 80-degree weather, they got a poo shiesty mask on. Can't fight a lick, but ready to shoot somebody. Cowardly. Very strange. Fucking other little boys in the ass. This is what they do. Addiction to fashion, clothes, material, jewelry, but have no inclinations of mastery anywhere in their being. They don't know the earth. They don't have calluses on their hands. They're pretty boys. Weak. Can't take pressure. Don't look people in the eyes. The internet world is all they know. They're not familiar with dirt, grass, trees, wood, metal, textures of the earth, fixing things, repairing things, troubleshooting, solving problems, changing the battery in a damn smoke detector. They don't know. Shooting up communities, shooting up neighborhoods, kicking in doors, juvenile delinquency. The black communities are scared of the black sons. They drive around and terrorize their communities. The daughters are even worse than the sons. Run-ins with the law, the police officers, black females are far worse with police officers than black males. Black males can at least shut the fuck up. They at least can give a little bit of resistance, but they'll catch on and pipe down. But a black female, she has no respect for masculine, for anything masculine, no respect for any authority. She never had to. She has no control of herself, no control of her emotions. Nobody's responsible. She sees everybody as responsible for what she does and says except for herself. She's always right. Never feeling shame, but ashamed of nothing. She's allergic to accountability. She's promiscuous. She has no respect for her womb. She hates herself. And all the money that she spends at the Chinese beauty store is proof and evidence of how much she hates herself. She refuses to come out as herself. Gimme, 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 demand, demand, demand. I want, I'm entitled to, I deserve is her favorite phrase. Pregnant, knocked up. Done been fucked by the whole football team before she turned 16. This is America. And black America, namely. Do we have to continue? Are we going to continue doing the same things? I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Doing the same things. Is that what we on? Are we still on that? Is that what we on? The same things. Look at the toxicity in our American families. In American households, the father is a villain. He's hated. He's always described as a villain. He don't want to do nothing for the kids. He don't want to do that. He's a bum. He's no good. He's lazy. He didn't do this and he won't do that. But it's always half of the story that's told. The things are not told and explained or the conversations that father and mother have on the phone or in person, where she has no consideration or respect for the father, but yet you lay down and had a baby with him. When he does want to see his children, you give him a hard time if he's not worshiping you, if he's not doing exactly what the fuck you want him to do. You turn the children into leverage. You turn the children into weapons, convenient weapons. You weaponize kids. You know the court is in your favor. So you're very confident in abusing him. You know that this narrative, this lie, this flat out lie and narrative about men has been going on in the family since before you were born. And you just joined in on the circus knowing that females are going to surround you. Yes, girl, you're right. Oh, girl, you don't deserve that. Girl, you don't need that. Girl, you could do better than that. But the truth is, you are the same as he is. You are equal to him. That's why you had a baby with him in the first damn place. I don't care how many degrees you got. You're an entrepreneur and all these other things. You are still his equal. Even if he's laying on the sidewalk, pissing on himself, drinking and smoking crack, that's still your fucking equal. Because you chose to open your legs up to him and let that motherfucker nut in your ass and have a goddamn baby. So bitch, how the fuck are you better than him? How the fuck? How the fuck are you better than him? You don't even know his last name. We know the truth now. These narratives are no longer believed. They're not believable. We know the truth now. When I was growing up, everybody was believing it 100% that the man was the problem. Something was wrong with the father. He was a villain. He didn't want to be there. Daddy didn't love us. But as we grew old enough to have girlfriends, to have wives, to raise children, to deal with women, to see their nature, we had to look back in hindsight and say, oh, if this is true of a woman's nature, then is it true of what my mother was saying about my father's nature? Oh, obviously not. Because I see firsthand what the nature of a woman is and what it's capable of. So I have to review everything that was ever said to me from a woman. I have to do some investigating. Now you might say, how the fuck this nigga keep coming back to this same story about women in his astrology? Well, guess what, nigga? Guess what? Mars is what went retrograde this north-south node transit. Okay? Every south node transit for 18 months, it has to come in with Mars in retrograde. Mars retrograde is what introduces the south-north node transit when it changes after 18 months. Fuck with me, nigga. I know this astrology. I'm not out here selling pussy, nigga. I ain't out here selling dick, nigga. I'm telling you the fucking truth and leaving it to you if you can handle it or not. Mars went retrograde in Cancer. That's bringing justice back to the mothers. Or justice to the fathers because of the mothers. It's addressing the injustices of mothers. It's addressing the oppression of mothers. It's addressing the crimes in family. It's bringing justice to the crimes in the blood, in the family, in the community, the fourth house, the households, nigga. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I understand this shit. I breathe this. I embody this, nigga. And it took a whole lifetime. Fuck with me, nigga. It took a lifetime. I ain't up here guessing, reading notes. Fuck I look like. It's about women. Yeah. And I'm saying it loud. A lot of you men out there, y'all got to get out of that bitch phase where you scared, nigga. You scared of women because you on your knees, your ashy ass knees, you worship them. And you scared to have a thought or opinion that conflicts with their delusions. This is the motherfucking truth. I know what it's about. You got to go 2 years for 18 months. 2 years ago, when the North Node was switching from Scorpio Taurus to Libra Aries, what was a Mars retrograde that brought that in? Okay, I'm just showing and proving. I'm showing and proving what I'm saying, because nigga, I'm a scientist with this shit. I know what the fuck. I live this shit, nigga. What brought in the North-South node, Aries, Libra, switching from Scorpio, Taurus? Okay, it was a Mars retrograde Gemini that brought that in. Okay, every time Mars goes retrograde, it's changing the culture to fit the context of the North and South node transit for 18 months. It was Elon Musk who was key to changing the context of culture from the North node, South node transit, Scorpio, Taurus, into the North-South node transit context of Aries and Libra. Elon Musk was critical to change that context of culture. And I'll show and prove why. During the time that Mars was in retrograde in Gemini, we were switching to an ethereal, out of an emotional attachment to material. We had an emotional attachment to material. We also had an emotional attachment to domination over other people's identity through Scorpio. That's when relationships were facing power struggles through domination of others' boundaries and identities. And when it switched over to an also materialism, okay, from which is the axis of I have, which is contentment and satisfaction, gratitude at the North Node Taurus, versus I desire, which is never satisfied. You're greedy. You want more and more. I'm an entrepreneur. I got to be swimming in money. And what is it doing to you? Understand? Now, that context switched to South Node Libra, North Node Aries. This is during the time when Mars was retrograde in Gemini and Elon Musk purchased Twitter at that timeline. Elon Musk purchased Twitter. And that was the beginning of the modern civil war. The last civil war started with a musket that was shot in Sumter, South Carolina. Okay, that was the last civil war. The modern civil war was shot from, you guessed it, from Twitter. Okay, from Twitter. Why? Because this is when we had an ethereal division, a talking points division, an intellectual division, okay? A perspective division through Gemini between divine masculine and divine feminine, Mars and Venus, between liberals, Libra, and conservatives, Aries. See, nigga, I know this shit. I walk this, I talk this, I live this. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right? I know what I'm talking about. Mars resets culture at the transition of every North and South node context, because the culture has to fit the growing opportunity. It has to fit the context of the growing access. It has to match. So what grew us in the last 18-month context of South Node Libra and North Node Aries was the vision of divine masculine and feminine. Aries, Libra, masculine, feminine. Mars, Venus, masculine, feminine. Iron, copper, masculine, feminine. Oshun, Ogun, masculine, feminine. Come on, either way you want to put it. We could do this all day, nigga. We could do this all fucking day. Huh? Liberals, conservatives, masculine, feminine. Republicans, Democrats, masculine, feminine. Okay, you want to put a microscope on it. You asking me, is this real diamonds, right? You trying to ask me right now, is this real diamonds? Okay, no problem. Let's see, let's test it and see if this is a real diamond, right? Pay attention. If you was to ask anybody their political views, and you get a guy, okay? You get a guy. Let's say you ladies out there dating somebody. You get a guy who says, yeah, I have liberal views. I have democratic views. That nigga gay. That's it. It's that fucking simple. This shit ain't complicated. He's gay or feminine. He's a weirdo. It's something funny about the motherfucker. All right? Purple hair. You know what I mean? Rainbow swag. You know what I mean? Sucking dick. All that other stuff. He's effeminate, broke wrists, wear tight pants around the office, tiptoeing, talking all sweet to to everybody in the office because he's scared to be in his divine masculine. You know what I mean? So he talking all sweet and girly and shit. Nigga probably shave his legs. You know what I mean? Shave his dick hairs off. You know what I'm saying? The sweet niggas is over there in the liberal movement. You ain't gonna find nothing but sweet niggas. When you look on CNN, okay, ESPN, CNN and not ESPN, CNN and MSNBC, all these liberal platforms, when they bring people of color to argue certain perspectives politically, when they bring a man in, what type of man is he? If he's representing liberals, if he's representing Democrats, what type of man is he? He a gay ass nigga. They always bring a gay ass nigga in to represent black men. Come on, put 2 and 2 together. You gotta pay attention, right? You ask me, is this a real diamond, right? We diamond testing this, right? Okay, so liberal black men, especially, are fucking gay. They're the ones that sit up there talk like fucking girls. They don't have masculine spirit in them. They don't have that edge in them. They docile. The fucking house dogs. You know what I mean? They more pretty than the girls is. If they got dreadlocks, some shits look like they come from the fucking beauty parlor. The gay ass niggas. Conservative men are the blue collar, hardcore, tough, believe in values, self-determination, sit up straight motherfucker. You understand? They still got their nuts, nigga. Yeah, that's what's going on. And if you notice, black men left liberalism. They got the fuck out of there. But black women still sitting there whistling and looking around. Liberalism, black power, black power. And they, let me use a nice word, they're over there still lost in the sauce. Black men left. The only black men that's still over there living, and I'm not just saying this for black men, this apply to white men too, okay? Whatever. I don't care what race you are. It's a polarity. All right? The gay motherfuckers is over there with liberalism. And I don't have nothing against gay people. Understand? I'm just making a fucking point. That's where the gay niggas is at. All right? So all the straight black men who take pride in their masculinity, they went conservative. I'm getting the fuck out of here because everything that liberals is talking about, Democrats is talking about is some gay shit, some funny shit, some play with your ass type shit, perverting the kids, scaring the kids, teaching the kids weird stuff, making the kids confused about if they a boy or girl. But black women are the mascots for all of this wickedness. They're the mascots for all of this degeneracy. Black women are the loudest mouth for Satan. They are the mascots for Satan. They love Satan. They in a bed with Satan. They fight for Satan. That's what black women do. They love Satan. They are satanic. They have become very satanic. They have not always been like this, but it's what they chose because they don't got husbands. And because they don't have husbands, they don't have wisdom. They don't have wisdom. They don't have integrity. They don't have values. They don't have morals. They don't have none of that. They are void. They are bankrupt. They are stripped of everything that made the soul divine. They are stripped of it. Black girl magic. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's witchcraft. Witchcraft for the pussy, nigga. That's it. Every pussy come with witchcraft. Show me something special. Fuck is you talking about? Every pussy come with witchcraft. Every pussy has the power of witchcraft. Every pussy. They ain't nothing special. Black women have lost their identity. They lost the edge that used to make them respectable. They used to be a symbol of soul. They used to be a symbol of spirituality, a symbol of the religion that they upheld, even though it was Christianity, they exemplified it. They were full of soul, righteous soul. When they used to sing and make you break down and cry. When they used to hum on that microphone and make you feel like you coming back home to mama. They lost all of that. They ain't even got it no more. It's gone. They are dry, void. It's soil with no nutrients in it. They're fucking dead. Understand? Is it a chance for them to change? Absolutely. And I hope they choose to. So anyway, the point that I'm making, Elon Musk and purchasing Twitter, that was the only platform where people could still speak the truth without being hit by cancel culture. And cancel culture came from who? It came from women. Why? Because it was upholding the illusion of the South Node, Venus, Luciferic deception, the delusional life, the delusional world, the pink painted room, where they wanted all men to come and play tea time with them and pretend with them, to come out of reality and come into their pink tea time world. They wanted daddy to put on lipstick and to put on high heels and sit at that tea time table with them. And they treated the world that way, where we all had to walk around pretending like we're dumb, pretending like we don't know better, leaving our wisdom in our pocket. Don't talk too loud. If you're masculine, you would get attacked, you would get annihilated, you would get fucking silenced and just thrown off the fucking map. Women did that. They cursed men. They cursed the world with this feminine wash. Bullshit. And the kids suffered as a result of that. The children. It's some weird shit. Children out here getting sex changes and all this other stuff, and it's nothing the parents can do because it was made part of the law. Women fought for that, and gay people fought for that. Transformers fought for that. Yeah, that's who did that. And black women are the strength of such movements. Black women took the sacred civil rights movements, the civil rights executive orders, legislations, and everything else that our ancestors fought for. It was black women who made it something that everybody else from other nationalities and countries could attach the hitch to and take full advantage of what their ancestors fought for. And then when they come past your ass up, they look back at you as an African-American person. Oh, why you ain't get up? Why you ain't get ahead? Yeah, look at us. We came here with nothing but flip-flops. We came here with nothing in our pocket. We came here on a banana boat and y'all still down. Yeah, nigga, because you using everything that we fucking fought for. But you the one who could get a check from it, but we can't. Yeah. But it's black women who allowed them to do that. They open that up to expand it, to include, to represent. First of all, Black Lives Matter, for example, okay? They are the ones, women, gay women, Black Lives Matter, yeah, it's a bunch of gay women, okay? They're the ones who made everything black associated with the rainbow. You ain't noticed that shit since the Obama era? Blackness was represented by the Pan-African flag, red, black, and green, given to us by Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey seen that we did not have a flag that represented us as a people. We also have another flag, which looks similar to the Moroccan flag that was prepared for us by Noble Drew Ali through the Moorish Science Temple of America. Understand, those are the two flags that we had. We didn't have any other flags, okay? But it was black women who made the rainbow flag a part of our identity. What? Get that shit the fuck out of here. Get that out of here. Fuck you mean, nigga? I ain't got shit to do with no fucking rainbow flag. That fucking bullshit out of here. Don't put that shit on my fucking back. These bitches is out of order. They out of place. They're fucking wicked. They're wicked and they're proud of it. They're loud about it. Understand? I ain't fucking having that. Rainbow on my back, nigga. I'm straight, nigga. Fuck out of here. That's that bullshit. Elon Musk came during the time of Mars retrograde Gemini, and that's when we was allowed to speak the truth again. That's when people could actually have an opinion. And it scared the hell out of liberals, understand? So that's where the Civil War took place, to where it heated up the tension between divine masculine and feminine, and that went across all contexts, because this also included the death of Kevin Samuels, because the death of Kevin Samuels accelerated Kevin Samuels' teachings. When he was alive, yes, he was making noise, Okay, he was bringing out the talking points that finally nipped the shit in the bud and finally said out loud what men have been saying at the barbershop for decades. Okay, so the things that Kevin Samuel's been talking about is nothing new. It's what we've been talking about at the barbershops for decades. Understand? But Kevin Samuels just brought those talking points out to the public place. And when he died, it spread like wildfire because many people wanted to imitate him and carry on the theory of his message, the talking points of his message. Okay? So talking points went in the local sense and in the collective sense of the community and nation. It went into politics. It also went into the households between masculine and feminine. And as you notice, the gender wars increased and accelerated at the time that the North Node came into Aries and the South Node came into Libra. That was the acceleration of the gender wars. Okay, the gender wars was being heated during the Scorpio Taurus transit. That's when Kevin Samuels, was still heating up that arena. Okay, during that time. But from a political standpoint, it was the same. That's the timeline of the heating up of that polarity, polarization of Venus and Mars, Libra and Aries. Divine masculine, divine feminine being nipped in the bud. And what did this do? It sharpened our wisdom. It gave depth to our knowledge, wisdom, understanding between each other, of each other, about each other. These talking points. It was messy. It was challenging. But it made wisdom born. It made us articulate at addressing and bargaining with our issues between each other. And now we culminate that as wisdom because Pluto went direct conjunct the moon when it left out of Capricorn. And that's a sign, okay, that the culmination of all of these talking points and experiences now has to manifest into wisdom through transformation. Okay, understand. That is key to know and understand. So civil war was manifest as a result of Mars transiting Gemini in retrograde, which took 9 months, 8.5 months in Gemini to accomplish that. We just finished Cancer Mars rather than Gemini Mars. We just finished Cancer Mars, okay, for the context of North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo, okay? So with Cancer Mars, this directly addresses the womanhood, the motherhood and womanhood. It directly addresses it. It brings justice to the situation. It's one thing to talk it out and argue, okay? That's like being in a court where the lawyer gives the argument, okay? But when Mars comes into Cancer, that's bringing justice as a result of those conclusions, cosmically and internally and socially. Understand? That's bringing justice, okay? What has happened as a result of women wilding out, of women being little hoes, of women just, taking the freedom and the liberation and destroying themselves with it, but lacking the accountability to own up to their own self-destruction. Lacking the accountability to own up to the fact that they are the ones who create and co-create exactly what they're experiencing and what they have to cry for. Cry me a river, but you're the one who used your consent to do it. And you can't try to cop out of it because aren't you the same one who walks around here with an S on your chest talking about my intuition as a woman, but your intuition don't work when you out here fucking the wrong niggas, when you out here fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry who won't even take care of their baby. Your intuition didn't work when you out here fucking all the sucker niggas, all the drug dealers, all the knuckleheads, and then want to pretend like somebody tricked you. You want to pretend like somebody beguiled you, like somebody pulled the wool over your head. No, motherfucker, either your intuition work or it don't. And if it don't work, why don't it work? You just don't want to listen to it, so it stop talking to you with your stubborn self. Understand? Let's get free out here and speak our minds. Stop quieting yourself for the convenience of females' feelings. Y'all niggas got to stop doing that shit. That's why there's 104 subscribers in here and a lot of y'all hiding in the back because you shook, you scared. Women got you scared than a motherfucker. You scared to speak up, nigga. And that's why you gonna suffer like that too, because you scared. You scared of bitches, nigga. Fuck out of here. You scared of bitches. You should go to God and ask God to forgive you for being a bitch ass nigga. Understand? That's what really need to happen. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. So, only when old ways have clearly failed can new knowledge be discovered and presented. So now that we see certain things are not working, now that we all can admit that certain ways are not working, now that we all were forced to acknowledge and see that these ways are clearly fulfilling the definition of insanity to keep attempting this ignorance, this foolishness, this self-destructive behavior, these trends in the culture and in society. It's time to change course. It's time to innovate. It's time to expand our perspective, expand our understanding. And how did that happen? Through the talking points that we have. You see it all, the podcast cultures just blowing up and all this other stuff, and you scroll down, it's constant talking points based on the axis of Venus and Aries, masculine and feminine, liberals and conservatives, women and men. Oh, I'm just tired of all this. You can't complain about that, because guess what? That was ordered. God ordained that we have these frustrations. God ordained that we have these experiences. Who the fuck are you to sit up here, act like you on some high horse, some moral high horse? Oh, I'm tired of that. We just need to make peace. We just all need together. No, you the fucking enemy. You the one who's not the peacemaker, because you think that peace comes as a result of saying you want peace. Peace comes as a result of having the guts to get out there and fight for what is true and what is just, because peace comes after justice, nigga, not before. So shut the fuck up. You part of the fucking problem. Playing innocent, playing innocent, playing innocent. Oh, I don't know why they have these gender wars and they just going back and forth. This is toxic and going back and forth. I don't get into that. That's why I don't get it. You don't get in that because you're a fucking coward. And you don't know what position to take. You too scared to choose a side, to pick a side, so you can fight for it. If you really believe in something, understand that. That's a crisis with yourself. You're just exposing yourself. How cowardly you are. Cowards don't lead the peace. That's not helping. You're not helping this world. You're not helping this society. No, you got to be part of the process that argues to the point of clarity in the right ways. Fuck you mean? Niggas think that the one who got veins popping out of the neck and spit flying everywhere, like that's the bad guy, that's the enemy. No, not always. Sometimes it's a quiet motherfucker that's sitting there trying to play innocent. That's the real one who got the dagger behind their back with blood all over it. That's the real one who starts the problem. That's the real one who's responsible for the troubles that we see. The one who's playing innocent. That's the real culprit. That's where it's at. Stop playing these fucking games, nigga. I'm sick of the fucking games. Understand that. Let's get real about this. Know what I mean? Revelation. Revelation obviously comes as a result of this conclusion. This not gonna work no more. That's it. We got to go another way. We got to remix this. We got to do this. We got to do this different. Brothers out here refuse to get married unless there's a prenuptial agreement. Unless you a basketball player, them niggas is dumb. They just cuckoo. They dumb. They ain't got no sense. You know what I mean? I don't even feel sorry for them no more. Look at Look at the rapper DDG. This nigga walking around all cheesy face, smiling and giggling. You know what I mean? With whatever the girl is who he got pregnant. And now, fast forward 9 months later, he got a baby with her. She won't even let him see her. She won't let him see the baby. He crying all over the internet, telling the internet his business. Next thing you know, she probably gonna bring him to court for child support. And because he's a celebrity, it's no telling how much money that'll be. But should you feel sorry for him? No. That's a dumbass nigga. Because if you have been alive and breathing air for the past 18 months, really for the past 11 years, okay, you know what time in these females are on. And you going out here knocking up females, knowing what timing they on? Okay, especially if you're a celebrity, if you're a person who's really getting a whole lot of money. I do not feel sorry. You can't feel sorry for these niggas. They set themselves up for that. Look at Tatiana Taylor. Tatiana Taylor cleaned that nigga at the fucking courts. And then she gonna come back online talking to the 11th house as usual. That's what females do, because they know that the power is with the people. They know that the leverage is with the public opinion, the court of public opinion. They always run to the court of public opinion because that's the guaranteed favor of jury in the court. Understand? You see how that works? So these bitches go crying to the public, spewing out all their business because they know, yes, girl, you don't need them. Girl, you deserve better. Girl. That's what they gonna get. Somebody gonna gas their head up to enable them to keep doing fucked up, evil ass shit, wicked shit. But guess what? God has the last say, nigga. God does. But can you feel sorry for the man who he took to the cleaners? No. You can't. Because nobody can say they don't know or they don't understand. So why we continue to do the same things? You know what women do with babies, with children, when you give them children, you're not at the right understanding with that woman? When you've not done the due diligence to understand and investigate her character, her upbringing, her background, that baby's going to become a weapon. The court is going to mow your ass down. She's going to tell stories and narratives about you that's going to destroy your reputation. And you got to live with it all your life. There's nothing you can do about it. Many men have went to the grave with lies on their back, with their character and reputation smeared by women. Many men have went to the grave trying so hard to be a good father, to be involved in the children's life, but the mother made it hard and difficult, and it appeared like he didn't care, but it was never true. They told good stories. They put a lot of drama behind it. They add a few tears into it, get their auntie to chime in and make it seem like it was true. But it's a lie. But guess what? God has the last say. God has the last say. Even if they went into the grave with those lies on their head, God has the last say. We all will pay for what we do. We will pay. We will pay the consequences. You will not get away with it. No, you won't. You'll get away with it with the people, but you ain't going to get away with it with God. No, you not. A lot of these bitches are going to have a reality check. You're not getting away with that. You're going to pay, and you're going to pay at the least convenient time. You are going to pay at the least convenient time. So what we have been doing, females run around here with no husband, no mentorship or guidance or direction for males. That's a problem. It's dangerous in a society for women to be walking around single because women fuck shit up when they single. They fuck shit up when they single. It's dangerous. It's not safe. It's not safe for the children either, for a household not to have a husband or a father over it. It's dangerous for the community because the sons turn into terrorists in the community and people are not safe. The daughters turn to little hookers, prostitutes, and whores. The community is not safe from that. Single women walk around in promiscuous outfits and inappropriate things and all that stuff, all at the gym, at the grocery store and everywhere else. And it brings pressure, it brings harm, it brings conflict to marriage, to the purity of marriage, for women to be walking around like that. That shit ain't good. You go to any city where there's an abundance of single women and it has the same problems. It has violence. It has increased violence, drugs, juvenile delinquency, houses getting robbed, people getting killed, shot up, all types of crime. Crime is very high because they tend to go to urban communities where there are available resources so that they can compensate for the lack of a man, for the lack of a husband, for the lack of guardianship, for the lack of security, the covering of a man. That's why they go to urban cities. You go to urban cities, which are liberal cities, okay? Again, that goes with South Node Libra, that goes under Venus. Come on, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's all consistent. Energy is energy. It produces the frequency of physics and motion. Come on. I have not been inconsistent yet. Come on, follow me back. Pay attention. Sit the fuck up. Sit straight. Come on, listen. Listen. These urban communities are full of toxic females. They look good. They're very attractive, but they're fucking predators. They are predators. None of them come as virgins. So why the fuck y'all niggas out here stressing about monogamy? Being devoted to some woman so you could become her slave through marriage. Serving her pleasure, serving her joy, serving her happiness, serving her security, serving her, worshiping her, doing for her, doing for her. And believe me, she ain't gonna want to do half of that shit, not a quarter, not a fraction of that shit for you. Hell no. Not the modern woman. No, she not. She's out of touch with God. She don't know God. She don't know herself. If she don't know God, she don't know herself. If she don't know God, she has not decoded the mysteries of herself. She's lost. She confused. And she want to put it all on you to figure out. And if you don't figure out, she going to charge you for it. Understand? Take your ass to the cleaners when she get bored. Take your ass to the cleaners when she find a bigger branch to swing off of. Believe me. And there's always a bigger branch. Y'all niggas better wake up. These things are not working no more. These ways, this lifestyle, this way of going, feminism, all this shit ain't working no more. So that's part of perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Knowing that it's not working, you got to get a little deeper. You got to dig deeper to see, okay, what should work? What can work? What is behind this? What does it mean? What does it suggest I should do next? What's the forward motion? What's the forward direction? How do we move forward from here? What's a progressive motion from here? Only when old ways have clearly failed can new knowledge be discovered and presented. That's part of revelation. Okay? Revelation comes when you can admit and surrender to the fact that what I have been doing, how we have been doing, it is not working. So I surrender and I submit to that limitation so that Uranus can take me into the future concepts. Revelation, Uranus. If you notice, all of these expressions of all of these degrees, it has to do with personality traits of Uranus. It has to do with algorithms of Aquarius, all of these points. Because it's progressive, it's innovative. It takes you forward from the energy of Mars. Mars is to create. That's what we was doing. Mars includes what we have been doing. Uranus includes what we now need to do in order to ascend from this point, to progress from this point, to go forward, to innovate. Okay? That's putting the zinc to the iron. That's called galvanization. Come on, look these words up. Perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. We can't keep doing the same fucking thing. Every single moment is new. We stand now in the new reality, I'm reading, and find that old wisdom is simply inadequate to explain what is the case now. It cannot guide us completely, and so we look for and find a new perspective. We try to explain it to others, but with few expectations and no attachment to success. No attachment to success, understand. We're not attached to success. Experimentation, trial and error, knowing that we will learn things along the way, keeping an open mind. But we can't do what we've been doing, but we have to try new things. Understand? Now, on a personal level, what you want to refer to understand what these several attempts was, Uranus has been in Taurus, okay? And Uranus took its strongest tower moment to Taurus, earthquake, volcano, however you want to describe it, during the COVID period, okay? During the COVID period. During that time, we all were shaken from what we used to place security in or our expectations in towards stability, okay? Taurus represents a point of stability. It also represents a point of our resources. It also represents our ethos, our values, okay? Our values. So this obviously informs the fact that we have to come up with a new concept of what means stability, a new concept of what means values to move forward with, ethos, okay, to move forward with, and also resources. We have to reconsider what resource means. We have past limitations of resource being in the context of money, but could your creativity be a resource? Could the status of your relationships around you be a resource? Could your talents and gifts be a resource? Could your spiritual vitality, the relationship that you have between you and the Most High, could that be a resource? Understand? Could your lifestyle and how you spend your time, how you manage your time, could that be a resource? We have to reconsider what resource means. Understand? We also have to reconsider our values. Where do we get our values from? And what has it been doing to us? Has it arrived us at emotional security, first of all, because Mars just came from Cancer, okay? Which means I don't feel secure. None of us feel secure if we ain't living right. We won't feel secure if we're not living right. We will only feel secure once we learn how to live right. That's through righteousness, piety, having values that exemplify and represents righteousness, purity, sincerity, unity, understanding, compassion. Truth. We got to get sanitized when it comes to that. So redoing what we've been doing so that these important points of our life, these places of our life, can show fruit and be beneficial and forward moving for us. Not doing the same things over and over again. And of course, having few expectations, as I read, and no attachment to success. Few expectations and no attachment to success. We have a sick idea of what success means. We got it from the internet. We got it from influencers. We got our value system from influencers. We are the products of influencers, a lot of us. And that should tell us a lot of things about what we need to do or redo or clean up in ourselves, to purge. Understand, success should have a different definition for you at this point. And it should not be the corporate ladder. If it is the corporate ladder, you have been missing class. You've been falling asleep. Like you just going to sleep. If you still think the corporate ladder is success, having expensive things, live in a status where you are a consumer, a greater consumer, thinking that things like this is success. How much money you make, how much consumption do you have the capacity to have in the market? No, that's not success. Some examples of success: your children respect you, they look up to you, they admire you, and they trust your advice and your wisdom. That's success. That is success. When your parents get an old age, you have access to them, to care for them, to love them, to make sure they don't feel like they're alone or that they're at the end of life by themselves. You figured out a way to where you can walk them to the last days of their life in the security of your love. That's success. Success. You move around your community with no enemies. You have peace everywhere you go. That's success too. You have a good reputation, a good name. Your children don't live in fear, hunger, or regret. You figured out these things to where toxic experiences are not constantly befalling you. Of course, challenges are inevitable and should not be mistaken for toxicity. Resistance is inevitable. Hard times are inevitable. But this is only what produces our strength, our maturity, our wisdom, our grit, our character. It should not be mistaken as something toxic just because the inevitable should happen. But toxic is what we produce from an unhealed place. It's what we produce from fear, control, hate, disunity, insecurity, competition, lust, all of these things. Rising above those impulses and creating from our understanding and wisdom, creating from our compassion, creating from our gratitude, and not from fear, lust, greed, competition, that is success. And wherever you find yourself in doing so, you have succeeded. You have become victorious. That is victory. But unfortunately, we want to give so much faith and credit to spiritually bankrupt people who dress in expensive clothes and nice things and makeup and fancy hats and jewelry and watches, who tell you that success is how much money you have, what type of cars you drive, the labels on your clothes, rather not you're in a gated community. If you're an entrepreneur, do you have millions? What's your financial status? Where are you in the hierarchy in society? No, none of those things are success. That was the old world, and the old world is gone. That is an old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. They cannot decode the mysteries to you. These people are the old man who's attempting to reveal the mysteries. These people cannot reveal mysteries to you because they are still slaves to material, status. They're slaves to it. So how do you get the revelation from them? You can't get revelation from them. You have to get revelation from people who have already evolved to the understanding that that was not success at all. And some of us have already arrived at success, but we didn't stand present in the moment to soak it all in and give gratitude and thanks to the fact that we already are successful. You already are successful. Many of you are already successful, even with your 1998 vehicle outside, even with your 2007 vehicle outside, even with your house that's not the most attractive, but guess what? There's no leaks. There's no rodents. You understand? You're still successful. Success is not perfection. It's fulfillment. Fulfillment of what matters. Fulfillment of what is not temporary, but what is everlasting. That is real success. If I die today and my sons can say about me, I respect that man. I love that man. I looked up to him. I admired him. Yeah, I'm successful. No matter what somebody says, I'm successful. It don't matter how much money I had or what I did or did not have as a possession. I was successful if that's what my children say about me. Understand? Who we letting define success for us? Come on. For real. Let's get off that. Stop listening to them niggas, man. These are bankrupt. These are spiritually bankrupt people who are dressed in a bunch of expensive stuff, surrounded by money, bank loans, debt, consumer culture. Sick people. And most of them are women. Most of them are women. You got to stop listening to them because, just as it said, old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. They can't reveal the mysteries to you. Why the fuck you listening to them? They can't reveal no mysteries. They're fucking lost. They are in a mystery in and of their self, of their self, about their self. They don't fucking know. These bitches is fucking dizzy, nigga. You ain't noticed that yet? They're fucking lost. American women are lost. Are there exceptions? Yes. God bless you out there. There's exceptions, okay? But overall, none of us can deny the fact that American women are utterly lost, confused, upside down. They're sick. They are unsanitary. They are unsanitary, unclean. That is part of the expression, old man attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. You cannot decode the mystery because you are part of the matrix in and of itself. So how the fuck you going to decode something that you are actively a part of? You can't decode it because you have not seen your way out of it to where you bow out of it, which we always have an option to do. Come on. But anyway, I done pissed enough niggas off today. Principal challenge, Taurus 16 degrees, perpetual attempts to deepen and express knowledge. Come on, get vocal out there, move around, talk. You heard? Let's go.